Hey, what's up guys? This is Cody on Sundays, and today we're gonna be talking about regex or regular expressions, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I have to define you guys what a regular expression is. So basically, we use regular expressions to check if a sequence of characters have a specific pattern. So we have a string and we want to check if that string have a specific pattern, and the thing that we are going to use to define that specific pattern is a regular expression. So I'm gonna be giving you guys some examples of the use of regular expressions so that you can understand more of that definition. The first example is when we have to validate data from a HTML form on a website that we're developing. Imagine that you have a form on your website and a sign-up form, for example, and the user have to enter his username, his email, his password, but we cannot accept any data that the user enters that inputs, so we use regular expressions to check if the string that the user has entered on the form is in the correct form that we want. So, for example, we don't want the user entering any string that is not an email on an email field, We want all those patterns. For example, a string, then an @ symbol, another string, a dot, and com or any complementation of the final of an email. So we want that specific pattern for an email field. So to summarize here, guys, basically we check if what user has entered on the inputs are in a correct form so that we can accept that input and sign up the user on our website. The second example of the use of a regular expression is on the first phase of a compilation process. And the first phase basically is to scan all the characters on the source code and transform the source code from a sequence of characters to a sequence of tokens. Basically, a token is a keyword, for example, while, for, int, float, or an identifier as a variable name. So we are going to scan all the characters in a program source code, and we are going to transform that sequence of characters in sequence of tokens. And we use regular expressions to do that. For example, we have regular expressions for any type of token that we can find in a source code of a specific language. So we build a regular expression to a identifier, we build a regular expression to keywords in that language. To make a long story short, we're going to use regex to identify tokens in the middle of that sequence of characters, also known as source code. I hope that those two examples were clear to you guys. So now, without further ado, let's start to talk about the syntax of a regular expression.